Alright, we are still very much embroiled with the final battle, so here we have Dr. Eggsman, the main antagonist of the Sonic the Hedgehog series. He has been since the series began. He is a mad scientist with a penchant for robotics, hence the name Dr. Robotnik in the West in his earlier years. And, yeah, this battle is really fucking chaotic. So you have Roy playing Dr. Robotnik, assumingly riding around in his Egomatic. You have a Metal Sonic representing Metal Sonic, one of Robotnik's greatest creations, when it's not betraying the shit out of him. And, yeah, bob-ombs everywhere to represent Robotnik's penchant for destruction and leveling the beauty of nature, Green Hill Zone in particular, when it comes to Sonic Forces. So yeah, this fight is kind of a mad one, but yeah, all things considered, we can really sit back at this point and just let the bob-ombs finish it for me, as is always the case with those kinds of battles. Moving up to our next spirit, we have Mumka. Mumka is actually a human antagonist in the Xenoblade Chronicles series, turning away from the side of the humans and towards the sides of the Mechonis because of his jealousy of Dunban and his obsession with the Monado. So yeah, throughout Xenoblade Chronicles, he takes on a form called Metal Face, in which he wears a big, horrifying mechanical suit and is constantly stalking and trying to take down the main cast. He is a reoccurring villain, so yeah, representing that, we have Wolf playing Mumka, because Wolf's claws are very similar to the claws that Mumka wields himself. And of course, he big and metal, because he is Metal Face. So yeah. The only thing I'd say is lacking from this battle is the fact that, since we're battling on this stage at daytime, Mumka, or Metal Face himself, cannot appear as a stage hazard. Otherwise, perfect match. Here, we have Darkmind. Darkmind is one of the many Eldritch Abominations featuring at the end of a Kirby game. In this case, he's from Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, the dark god of the mirror world. And for this battle, we're against a big, strong Ganondorf who reflects everything in the same way that mirrors can reflect things. That battle was supposed to be way harder, but I just kind of gimped him immediately. So here we have Thanatos. Thanatos is the god of death in the Kid Icarus series, appearing in Uprising. And as such, he is of course part of the Underworld army. He is against Palutena and Pits. That said, Thanatos' biggest, most interesting aspect when it comes to his appearance in the game is his ability to shapeshift. And to represent that, we have this big K. Rool, flitting between very big and comically small, and easy to kill. So there we are. Over here, we have Rouge the Bat, first appearing in Sonic Adventure 2. Rouge the Bat is a close friend of Shadow the Hedgehog's. She is a government agent who moonlights as a jewel thief. So much like, you know, every other Sonic character, she has quite a thing for the Chaos Emeralds and the Master Emerald, and yeah, she generally gravitates towards them and thus gets involved with the main Sonic cast's adventures. So that is that. Moving on, we have Captain K. Rool. So this fight is basically the final boss battle of Donkey Kong Country 2, in which K. Rool does don this overall style and appearance, and he becomes the captain of the Flying Croc, an airship, hence why we're battling on the Halberd. In this boss battle, in which you take him on with Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong, he will generally flip back and forth and you have to avoid him, because of course, like many video game bosses, to make contact with him is to die. But on top of that, he can shoot you with his blunderbuss, which is why K. Rool's B-move in Smash is his blunderbuss. And he doesn't just fire normal cannonball ammunition like he does in this game. He can also fire spiked balls, which cannot be stopped or reflected, so have to be fully avoided. He can shoot bubbles, which move in a really erratic pattern and therefore are really hard to dodge. He can shoot invisible ammunition, or just turn invisible himself, making the fight borderline fucking impossible when you rematch him. It's one of the hardest boss fights I've ever done in my life, to be honest with you, and it is quite well reflected in this spirit battle, which itself is really fucking hard. Like, I'm taking him on with Baron K. Rulenstein, his appearance in DK Country 3. But that's only a 3-star spirit in this game. Reason being that fight is way easier. Because, yeah, fuck that battle. Anyway, this battle gets really, really fucking close. And I honestly don't know how I even win this one. So, as it stands, we're just kind of exchanging blows. It's very much tit for tat. At this point, I threw my hands up and said, well, this is a mulligan. I'm not winning this one. There's no fucking way. Because, yeah, look at my damage. I can take one more glancing blow at best. So, you know, even with that shell, which I thought would have done the job, not quite. Holy fuck, anything he does will kill me. We're both on 3%! He's invisible! How? How did I even see him? How did my intuition even know that he would be there for me to do that? I don't know. I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth, I fucking won. So moving on from that one, we have Pigma Dengar. Pigma is a horrible piece of shit traitor from the Star Fox series, and it's all the more fitting that I'm fighting him with James McCloud, the person who was backstabbed and betrayed by him before Pigma went on to join Star Wolf. So, yeah, Pigma throughout the Star Fox series is a unrepentant fucking monster of a character. Like, he is gleefully happy that he killed your dad with no just cause, and yeah, he really does meet a grisly end to make up for that in Star Fox Assault, in which he is kidnapped by the Aperoids and is turned into a biomechanical horror. Just a giant, horrifying-looking, tentacle-laden spaceship with his face glued onto it, which is blown to absolute fuck. So yeah, that's what happens when you backstab people. That's what happened to you. We can all learn a thing from Star Fox. At the moment in this fight, his move speed is really high and he is really fucking evasive. That is to represent what a coward he is, which, you know, is fitting, but also makes for a really hard to watch and irritating fucking fight. Sorry about this. I'm just gonna find my opportunity to do him in. There we go. And that is Pigma Dengar. You may have noticed that I'm starting to side more with Gleam now, but here is Shanoa. Shanoa is a witch who serves the Order of Ecclesia in the Castlevania game of the same name. The Order of Ecclesia are an organization devoted to combating Dracula and keeping him staved off when the Belmonts aren't currently active and present and able to intervene. That said, the choice of Bayonetta to represent Shanoa is really kind of perfect, because not only is Shanoa a witch, but she also suffers from amnesia due to a botched ritual. She has the same backstory as Bayonetta, so that is pretty wild. On top of that, Bayonetta's Witch Time, which she is currently bapping me with, is a stand-in for Shanoa's own time-based ability, Universitas, which allows her to distort space and time with the correct spell components and glyphs. So, hell to the yes, get done Shanoa. There we are. You know what, it's official, I'm done with this wishy-washy bullshit. No more going for Gleam. We're just gonna punk Darkon. We're gonna take down Darkon and win the day. That's the goal. Here we have the Ball. Ball is a Game & Watch game in which you play as a juggler. You have to juggle balls. There's not too much to say on this one. So to represent the actual fight, we have a Game & Watch, who is prone to grabs, because the juggling move is Game & Watch's grab in Smash. He literally juggles you around. And I'm sure you can guess why Kirby, Jigglypuff, and Pac-Man are all here. They are the balls. On top of that, all of the items that are spawning in are themselves balls. There are balls everywhere. This is a very balls-heavy battle. So many balls, just a constant stream of balls. We have one more ball left to defeat now, and there he go. Balls. Alright, so Galeem, if you will do the honors, just take over the arena. Don't see any flaw in this plan. So, moving on. We're not going to take on Darkon just yet, we have a few more Dark Spirits to get. Here is Madama Butterfly. Named after a tragic figure from an Italian opera, but not necessarily based off of that figure. Madama Butterfly is an infernal demon in the Bayonetta series. And more prominently, more importantly, she is the infernal demon that Bayonetta has a pact with. Bayonetta's powers almost entirely stem from Madama Butterfly, who herself is an incredibly violent, ruthless demon. And upon Bayonetta's death, Madama Butterfly will claim Bayonetta's soul. So yeah. Despite that dynamic, they seem to get on quite well. Bayonetta really does stick up for her patron, so she's a loyal follower. Anyway, here we have Bowser as he appears in Super Mario Odyssey, kitted up in his wedding gear, ready to get married to Peach, to get shotgun married to Peach. So, for this battle, even though I have chosen to be Bowser as well, we are essentially fulfilling the role of Mario in Odyssey, teaming up with Peach to rescue her from the advances of Bowser. So, yeah, the key to this battle is keeping Peach safe, and keeping yourself safe while you do it. It's quite hard to be an effective hero when you're dead, so there we are. Anyway, my new headcanon for this fight, given how I've approached it, is that Paper Bowser and normal 3D Bowser are fighting for Peach. Which I'm pretty sure they did in Paper Jam Bros, probably. You know. Anyway, I'm gonna be real with you now. If you've not beaten Mother 3, please skip to this time code, because fuck me, I'm about to spoil one of the most powerful and heartbreaking endings in any video game. So, Klaus is Lucas's twin brother in Mother 3, and early in the game, when your village is burned down and when your mother is killed, Klaus also disappears and is not heard from again until much later in the game, at which point he takes the form of a mysterious masked man, a man who is brainwashed and turned into a violent killing machine by Porky and his pig mask army. So, the big conclusive final battle of Mother 3 essentially has you mercy killing your brother because he's too far gone and cannot be saved anymore. And he, you know, cannot stop the violent urges that have been programmed into him. So, yeah, for this fight, we are essentially fulfilling Lucas's role, taking down Klaus as he is, and, you know, it's a 4-star battle, so he is pretty fucking tough and quite hard to beat. But that's not all. After defeating Klaus as he is now, and avoiding this PK Starstorm, because holy shit, I am not going to survive getting hit by all of those. Oh god. There we are. Yeah, we then have to fight him in the form of the Masked Man. So we get 2 pretty hard battles for the price of 1 on this one. Anyway, I'm going to take this opportunity to weigh in on a debate I have seen online. The debate being which Mother game has the most powerful final boss and ending. So, there goes original Klaus. Yeah, of course you have the original Mother, where you battle against Gigas the alien, who himself is also a violent monstrosity, and yet has fond memories of his adoptive human mother, and those memories can be played to in order to placate and essentially weaken him. Then you have the second game, in which Gigas is way more of an eldritch horror, and is a giant swirling horrifying mass who pushes you all to your limits, and you have to rely on the thoughts and prayers of everybody you've faced in the game in order to pull through. But then you have Mother 3, and Mother 3's ending is just so personal. Like, for such a sweet, cute, saccharine, and genuinely very funny game, it just hits all the right notes of just making you feel a little dead inside of how miserable things are when you actually really look at it. It's very much clear that Undertale was directly inspired by Mother. I feel Mother 3 in particular, because it hits all the exact same beats and turns out fantastic for it. Yeah, Mother 3's got the best ending. Anyway, fuck you, Darkon. I've just beaten Smash Bros. Ultimates. Would have showed you the fight, but you know, I've already done it, so... Get yourself to fuck. There we are. Defeated with Isaac. Final boss done. And that's the end of the LP. See that, Darkon? Absolutely laid waste to you. And... Wait for it. Wait for it. This is one of the most hyped things ever. Oh, fuck, just hole punched to death. Get fucking dunked on, Darkon, you piece of shit. Fantastic. We did it, Gleam. We saved the day. And now you can engulf the universe in lights. That thing that you really wanted to do, and did before, that I tried stopping you from doing. Wait. Oh, wait, no. Oh, fuck. I think I fucked up. Oh yeah, I definitely fucked up. That was not what I wanted. That's like being back at square one and then some. Oh, just straight up game over. Okay, cool. Right, let's not do that then. Let's not just pick a side. It's probably not going to go down well, even if you choose the side of light. Because the side of light is what we were taking down in the first place. Yeah, that was not a good idea. Let's go for this oh, fucking hell. Here's another time code for you. Actually, you know what? No. Hinawa's death is not like a big reveal. It happens quite early in the game. So, here is Hinawa. Hinawa is Lucas and Klaus's mother. She is killed in the attack on Tamzili village, and this battle is particularly upsetting because not only do you have the easy to launch modifier on, representing how she died early in the game, but we're also battling in the flower field from Yoshi's Island. The reason for the flower field is because in Chapter 6 of Mother 3, there's a whole scene where you go into a big field of sunflowers, and you, as Lucas, essentially see the ghost of your now deceased mother. It is really, really fucking sad. And this fight is really, really fucking hard in order to do that sad scene justice. You'll also notice that this is almost a direct counterpart to the Klaus fight in terms of where it's located on the world map, and the fact that it's a light spirit battle as opposed to a dark one. You'll notice that when we get close to Gleam and Darkon, their spirits start to share a lot more in common, and it would have been really nice if that whole theme was integrated a little more into this final dungeon. And yeah, case in point, this is a direct parallel to the Bowser wedding battle, where in this one, we're against Peach. So we are Bowser trying to kidnap Peach, and Mario is trying to stop us. So that is one hell of a way to flip the table, and yeah, this fight is really goddamn fun. It's one of the few fights where you're just taking on an unabashedly evil role. And yeah, Peach is just trying her darndest to get away from me, and I'm like, no, I'm Bowser. I'm gonna steal you and take you to the moon. And we're gonna have a moon wedding. I'm gonna hire a bunch of bunny rabbits to officiate the wedding. And steal loads of shit for the wedding. And if Mario tries to stop me, I'm going to punch him into the center of the moon. That's my plan. That's what I'm going to do. Anyway, yeah, this battle's not particularly difficult now because Peach is just trying to evade, not so much battle, so yeah, just need a finishing blow, and that should be everything. I also don't want to accidentally walk into my own proximity mine in my aggression, so God damn it, Peach, will you just please? Fucking hell. Is this what it's like being Bowser? Seems more of a pain in the ass than anything else. I don't know why he does it. Don't know why he does the things he does. God damn it, Bowser. There we are. Got ya. Alright, so. And that is that. Next match is Gigamac. Gigamac is a big roided out form that Little Mac can take in the Punch-Out series and in Smash Ultimate or Smash 4 when he uses his final Smash. In Punch-Out for the Wii, it was only accessible in multiplayer. If one player got loads of good hits in, they would essentially Hulk out and take on a more traditional boss role of Gigamac, in which your moves were more easily telegraphed and counterable, but you hit way harder. So if you wanted to get a big conclusive win in, Gigamac was the way to do it. Here, we have Chibi-Robo. Chibi-Robo is the protagonist of its own series. It is a tiny robot owned by the Sanderson family, and it has been created with the goal of tidying up their house and keeping them all happy, and that is your core gameplay loop in that game. So yeah, you had yourself platforming around this big giant house, or giant relatively to you. Within this house, not only did you have general obstacles, but you also had Tao the dog, which is why an assist trophy of the Nintendo can come in. And you had to manage your batteries, hence why if that match went on much longer, Chibi-Robo would have taken a fuckload of damage and been instantly killable, making it way easier. So here we have young Samus, as she appears in Metroid Other M. This is pretty much just the Adam Malkovich fight once again, and it's time for me to get back on that soapbox I love so much. Other M, god damn it, one of the things about Other M that gets me the most is the fact that it's a fine idea. It's a fine idea to have this, like, stoic badass character and to actually explore them and their mental health and, you know, make it very clear that, oh no, they do have to deal with the stresses of committing planetary genocide and shit. But it does it so poorly. It does it so badly, though. Goddamn Other M. Here we have Magnus. Once again, moving on swiftly. Magnus is an incredibly powerful human appearing in Kid Icarus Uprising. Much like Ike, who is playing him, Magnus is a mercenary who goes toe-to-toe with gods, proving to be so effective that he is a playable character in that game. A game where you take down gods, so good for Magnus, good on him, for being such a breakout human in that series. Just a few more battles to go. Here we have Yarn Poochie. So, Poochie, the character in general appearing in the Yoshi series, is a big, adorable dog, and his main gimmick is the fact that you can lead him through levels with you, and if you do, you can traverse past lava, because Poochie, unlike Yoshi, who will immediately die in contact with lava, does not get affected by it. So you get to hitch rides on his back, and yeah, he serves as a very useful ally, if not a very clueless one, in the Yoshi series. As for Yarn Poochie, I can't imagine him being much different, what with the lava-y floor we had there. So here is X. I've been playing so much Mega Man X recently, I am prepped and ready to describe this. So X is the final creation of Dr. Light, and he was created to be a robot with the ability to self-actualize and make his own decisions, which sounds great on paper, blurring the lines between AI and humanity, but could also lead to a violation of the laws of robotics, i.e. robots not harming humans. So in response to that, Dr. Light sealed up X within a diagnostics capsule in which he stayed well past Dr. Light's death. Eventually, this capsule was found by an archaeologist named Dr. Kane, 100 years later, in fact, and Dr. Kane used this robot in order to create the Reploids, an entire race of self-actualized robots. And, yeah, the Mega Man X series happens from there, with many of those Reploids going rogue or becoming Maverick, as the term is coined, and X being resuscitated or brought back in order to essentially keep his descendants in check, to stop them from harming humans, because... not because he's programmed to do so, but because it's the right thing to do. And, yeah, that is that. For that battle, we were fighting against a souped-up Mega Man, because for all intents and purposes, that's what X is. Dr. Light's greatest creation. And now, moving from one robot to another, we have Eve from the original Mother. Eve is a robot invented by Nintendo's great-granddad, George. Eve is found in a laboratory, hence why we're playing on this Frigate Orphean stage. And Eve joins you as a temporary, yet very OP, party member. While Eve will curb stomp and one-shot most of the enemies in your path, you do eventually run into a robot named R7038XX. Bit my tongue saying that name. And yeah, that robot sadly destroys Eve. So, it's bittersweet, but it happens. Here is Mipha. Mipha, speaking of a tragic character, is, a lot of segues today, is one of the 4 champions from Breath of the Wild. We have, in a sense, already battled her when we battled against the Zelda from Breath of the Wild. But here is the full-on battle against her. She's being played by an Inkling, because Inklings, being part human and part squid, are quite similar to the Zora from Zelda, of which Mipha is one. And yeah, Mipha's whole thing is her ability to heal. She is the healer of the group. Her ability, Mipha's Grace, allows you to survive death every now and then, and that's why she was healing there. Here is Baby Mario. This is Mario as a baby, and you have to escort this wee little bab in the Yoshi's Island series. Don't get hit in those games, though, otherwise you have to listen to the sound effect of a baby screaming. You know, that sound that's designed to be unpleasant for human consumption. Thanks, Baby Mario. Here is Takumi. Takumi is the 3rd eldest sibling in the Hoshido family in Fire Emblem Fates. Having been thoroughly destroyed by his older brother in sword combat, Takumi decided to focus instead on becoming an archer, and as such, is able to wield the Fujin Yumi bow, a bow that allows him to shoot arrows of light, which is why he is being played by Pitts. That said, there is one thing I would change about him, in the Spirit Battle in particular. I would actually have him played by Dark Pitts, the reason for that being that Takumi, much like Dark Pitts, suffers from something of an inferiority complex, not only against his older siblings, but to literally anyone who dares to match him or threaten to surpass him, so that does extend to his son, and that's not great parenting, but you do you, Takumi. Anyway, you're probably wondering why there's 2 of them in this battle. That is because in Conquest, in which Takumi naturally becomes one of your major antagonists, you battle against both him and a shadow clone of himself. So the other Pit is representing the shadow clone. So many Pit and Dark Pit parallels, it's ridiculous. Anyway, over here, we have Starly. Not to be confused with the Pokemon of the same name, Starly is Starfy's little sister, and much like her older brother, she is a playable character, filling the Player 2 role, if anything. And like Mario and Luigi, where there are slight differences in moveset and physics, Starly does operate ever so slightly differently from her brother. Anyway, for this Spirit Battle, she temporarily turns invincible every now and then. And that is simply a play on the fact that she is a superstar. You get it, like starfish? It's tenuous at best. Anyway, here we have Guile from the Street Fighter series. First appearing in Street Fighter 2, Guile is one of the two fighters hailing from the US of A. The other being Ken, who is Guile's brother-in-law. Guile, as you can clearly see before you, is the world's most stereotypical US Army man. Except he's not. He actually works for the Air Force, and that is the reason why this stage is currently taking place on pilot wings, and why his own stage in Street Fighter is at a hangar. He flies planes, so yeah. On top of that, he can also create sonic booms with his arms, something taught to him by his former ally, Charlie Nash. And the way that Guile actually fights, or this assist trophy Guile fights, is actually a legit method of playing Guile. It's referred to within the Street Fighter meta as down backing, in which you hold down and back, crouching and guarding and stopping incoming attacks, whilst also allowing yourself to put in the inputs for Sonic Boom, i.e. hold backwards then press forward and press the punch button, and also your flash kick, which is to roll your control stick backwards and press your kick button. So he's either throwing long range shit at you, or when you try to jump towards him to get close, he's kicking you in the face. Really fucking irritating strategy, and I both love and hate that that is what they incorporated into his assist appearance. Anyway, he's being played by Captain Falcon, of course, because Captain Falcon himself looks like a very stereotypical American superhero. He gives off G.I. Joe vibes, but in space. And like with every other Street Fighter battle, we can barely jump, and we are fighting a stamina match. Alright, so this is a monumental moment for me. We have one more spirit to take down in this entire campaign, just one left. And he's on the light side, a parallel to Madama Butterfly. That is to say, an incredibly powerful god. Here is Arceus. Arceus, introduced in Generation 4 of Pokemon, is the creator of the Pokemon universe. From a biological perspective, Mew is considered to be the ancestor of all Pokemon, but Arceus is a little beyond that, as we start to get a little Judeo-Christian up in here. So, Arceus created the entire universe, and did so with the help of its two most powerful creations, Dialga, a Pokemon that has jurisdiction over time, and Palkia, a Pokemon with jurisdiction over space. There was a third creation it created, Giratina, who I'm currently playing as, and Giratina kind of fucked everything over and had to be banished into a state of antimatter by Arceus. From a competitive standpoint, Arceus, even amongst legendary Pokemon, is frightfully fucking powerful, because it is what Mew used to be. It is a Pokemon with near infinite versatility. It can be any type. It can have access to a ridiculous multitude of different moves. It is incredibly powerful in every single one of its stats across the board. 120 base stats across the board. Arceus is ridiculous, so what a spirit to end on. Let's end with some fusing. We have the T-Rex and Starly, a cute little character with a bow, which gives us a cute little dinosaur with a bow. First appearing in Super Mario Bros. 2, it's Birdo. Moving on from there, we have Rouge the Bat, a weirdly sexualized bat, and Prince Saruno, a little monkey who plays the guitar. That gives us a weirdly sexualized bat who plays the guitar. Barbara from the DS series Jam with the Band. Upgrading, we can turn Mumcar into Metal Face, his big terrifying Mechonis form. We can fully upgrade X with all of the upgrades offered by Dr. Light and his upgrade capsules, the full Armor X. Upgrading the Chibi-Robo gives us a super form he can achieve in Chibi-Robo Ziplash, the Super Chibi-Robo. And upgrading Baby Mario gives us his super form from Yoshi's Island, Baby Superstar Mario. You know what, I have got one question before we end. What would have happened if I took out Galeem instead? Yeah, that probably would have been just as bad, if not worse.